Woohoo! My first tutorial. This one's just going to be about how I draw, the process of it with my lovely commentary. So for starters, this is a 500 by 500 pixel canvas. It's really the default I do. I don't know, I just use it, and it's a 300 pixels per inch, so it's a high quality resolution. So right now I'm just sketching out what I'm going to draw with the blue color, so that way I can tell the difference between the sketch and the black outline. Anyways, so here now I'm selecting the two things, adding the size and stuff and things. Yeah. So usually if I was drawing for someone else, I'd be having a reference photo because I don't know how their stuff works, but given that this is my character, I know what shenanigans are going on with what and who and where. Yeah. And I hate drawing faces so much. Oh my god, the circles just make me want to cry. So, yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, I'm really tired. It's like, it's only 10. Anyways, and so I'm going to be rambling through this whole thing, so bear with me. So I made a new layer, and the first one, the sketch one with the blue ink, I set that down to a lower opacity, and so that way you can see how it's like less clear and whatnot. I don't even know what. Okay, so now I'm just doing the final outline. I'm just adding not final details, just what's going on and why and stuff. So, yeah. Cool. How are you? That's great. Just kidding, I didn't hear what you said. Yeah, I had to go away from my computer right then, so I had to pause it. Yeah, I use Cam Studio, woohoo! So I'm just adding more details. Now I'm trying to clean up my line. One thing that's really important, particularly with my style, is that you want a defined and continuous line. You don't want a bunch of sketchy, scribbly things going on. That's not a set rule. I mean, there's some styles that look great with it, but for what I'm trying to achieve, I want a very definitive line. So that you can see me kind of strengthening lines, erasing them, and whatnot. Like, you can see, like, her little sash thing, I don't know what the heck that is, how it doesn't connect to her upper left shoulder. That's okay. I don't know why I don't do that, it's just something I do. Yeah, so now I hid the sketch layer. I made it not visible. It's still there, but it's not visible. So now I can kind of see what the actual sketch is like, and I'm just adding details. I keep redoing, undoing, etc., etc. And so here I try to use the bucket, but it failed miserably. I don't know why. So I just went in with my pen brush thingy in a layer that's below the outline. Yeah. So here I'm just adding the base color. Yeah, and then after this we'll do the shading, and then that's pretty much it. This coloring process is pretty simple. It's really fun, and it can be aggravating at times, just for reasons. If I don't get what I really like, but yeah. Anywho, so here I am just setting it like, I don't know, things. In this tutorial, I'm not going to be going into great depth of what I'm doing, just kind of showing you how I do it, if that makes sense. Anyways, and so given that the buffaloon is white, I made a new layer with the blue under it so I can actually see what I'm coloring and stuff. Yeah. So now I want to clean up the stuff that's outside of the line and things. Yeah. Just clean it up, so that way when I do the little purple outliney thingy, I won't have this color showing up over it. You don't have to, but you know, if you want it to look clean, you do. Yep. So I'm just fixing up the lines again, making them do stuff and things, and yeah. Ooh. So now I'm going to soonish, yeah, now. Maybe not, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so now I'm selecting the color, and I copied it, so I have 2 copies of it, and I made the top one white, and then I set it to multiply. Then I turned that opacity down to like 20 something, 20 to 30 something %. So this is how I do my shading. So I use my brush normal settings with a black color, and now I'm just adding in the shading. This is probably my favorite part. I don't know why. It's just, yeah, coloring stuff. Yeah, it's so much fun. So that's that, and then I go to the buffalo. The important thing with shading is you have to think of it like a 3D image. So the light source is coming from the upper right, so that's why there's a shadow down on the lower left of them. You can experiment with light angles, but for me the upper right is the default. That's what's easiest for my brain to think of. Anyway, so here's the little purple outline thing. This one's a fun thing to do. So I just make a new outline and put it below everything, and then just kind of make my brush big and just follow the outline, add in my signature. Now I want to save it as a PNG file, so it'll have the transparency. At first I was like, JPEG, blah, 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 and then you have to make sure it's 32%, otherwise you are screwed. So that's the shenanigans. Hope you had fun. Yeah, cool. Woo.